This is 7 National News, and in our top story. In a major overhaul of the UAE government's federal government structure on Monday, several ministries were restructured and new ministerial positions created to improve efficiency and effective delivery of services. The changes were announced by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice-President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, during a live dialogue on Twitter as part of the 3-day World Government Summit. The new government will have fewer ministries but more ministers handling national, strategic and dynamic portfolios. The ruler of Dubai was quoted in local reports stating that President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan has approved the largest structural changes in the federal government, adding that in the new structure of the federal government, we will have a roadmap for outsourcing most of the government services to the private sector. The ministries restructured or merged include the Ministries of Education, Higher Education, Health, Labour, Social Affairs, Environment and Water, Culture, Foreign Affairs and the Cabinet Affairs. In a major initiative to harness energy of youth, a Council of Youth chaired by a woman, Minister of State for Youth, whose age is no more than 22 years, will be established. The Council will have a group of male and female members who will serve as advisors to the government on youth issues. Another ministerial portfolio named the Minister of State for Tolerance has been created to establish tolerance as a fundamental value of UAE society. His Highness also announced a structural change in the Ministry of Health, which has been renamed as Ministry of Health and Prevention. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Labour will also see changes as it will become the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization. The network of intelligence is getting deeper and governments must transform themselves to serve as citizens' platform. That's according to Tim O'Reilly during his talk at the ongoing World Government Summit. Speaking on his topic, the next government update, the founder of O'Reilly Media stated that people's perception and expectation for service has expanded tremendously with the advent of technological acceleration and innovation. Tim O'Reilly delivered the talk at the 4th edition of the World Government Summit, which has attracted over 50 speakers to lead discussions surrounding the future of governance. As a result of the technological acceleration, O'Reilly further added that people's level of trust in government and its competency depends on the kind of information provided to the public, as well as the level of service offered. It was added that consumer experiences is at the forefront of the public's expectations, adding that governments are still lagging behind the Moore's Law, which is identified as the golden rule for the electronics industry and its economic, technological and societal impact. As the level of leadership and governance will be under the spotlight, O'Reilly further stressed that they should also ensure transparency to be more engaged with the public.
It's given us a cascade of miracles, and we're really just at the beginning of an enormous new set of transformations, which are resetting consumer expectations. And those consumer expectations are going to flow through to their expectations for government. We have a device in our pocket that we can talk to, that listens, and it can actually answer many, many common questions already. You can say, hey Siri, will you remember this for me? What's your advice about this kind of question? This is small-scale AI, but applied in everyday life. Network of data, this network of intelligence is becoming deeper and richer in the consumer world. We can even, using our phone, set arbitrary notions. And meanwhile, Uber is saying, we'll deliver a car to you in real time at any arbitrary location in 3 minutes. That's a completely different expectation being set on the part of consumers.
Latest technology tools and products have been showcased in Dubai to cater to the needs of more than 50 million people with disabilities in the Middle East, while also featuring talks by assistive technology experts on many critical issues related to individuals with special needs. Officially opening AcessAbilities Expo 2016 to the public, the FNC member and Deputy CEO of Dubai Airports, His Excellency Jamal Al Hay, visited various stalls showcasing latest assistive technology gadgets and was also briefed about the efforts taken by various government bodies to offer practical skills and training to people with special needs. Organisers also highlighted that the Expo aims to motivate government agencies and private sector to focus on integration of persons with disabilities in mainstream society by helping them in overcoming challenges they face in their daily lives. Talking about why companies should be hiring individuals with special needs, DEWA officials stated that people with some form of disability have immense unexplored talent. As they are highly motivated, organizations can easily leverage those abilities by giving them suitable tasks and training.
I'm happy to be here on this exhibition today. This is the first time to happen in the Middle East, and I think it's over 150 companies, and they are specialized in different fields like education, construction, transportation. So it is a very good sign of having this type of exhibition here to help this community. There is a instruction from the executive office that we have to observe them in the working community. And if you notice, most of the stands here, economic department, customs, immigration, they do have people from this category, and they are increasing. The number is increasing, and they are making the life easy for them also.
As a sustainable and innovative world-class utility, DEWA's values always moving toward the happiness of our stakeholders. Our employees, and especially employees with disabilities, they are the true value and true assets of DEWA. Based on our experiences since 2007, our sponsorship, our scholarships, our job offers for people with disabilities helped us to gain a knowledge and to understand better their needs and fulfill their needs based on the job requirements. DEWA, as a world-class utility, innovative world-class utility, work toward the next generations, for generations to come. So our vision help people with disabilities to be a part of DEWA's family.
I'm working in DEWA since 1 year and a half, but it's okay. DEWA it helped me so much in doing a lot of things. When I entered DEWA, I saw that they are giving me chances for disabilities to help us and do everything. But I'm working in DEWA, it's good, and I hope everyone will come to DEWA.
Also participating in the expo was the Community Development Authority, which was displaying their Sanad mobile therapy unit, designed and equipped to provide early detection and early intervention therapy services to children in many neighbourhoods. Visitors to CDA stand can learn about the services provided for people with hearing impairment and speech difficulties provided through video calls by CDA's sign language experts. The three-day exhibition and knowledge-sharing platform will witness more than 150 exhibitors from over 30 countries, government departments from across the UAE, and experts in assistive technology from around the world.
This time, for the first time, with Sanad mobile units. There are two Sanad mobile units, both with two rehabilitation rooms and a consultation area. The rehabilitation therapies that we provide through these mobile units are speech therapy, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, consultations, and group therapies, may it be for the children or their families. We aim through these units is to reach the people at their residential areas, or may they be at the suburban areas.
Actually, the implant of neuroprostheses, it's been known for a while. And we are so glad that we are having the first case, the showcase in the Middle East and the Arab world, that a very successful one, to bring it here to Dubai during the Accessibility Expo. The procedure actually is very simple. The duration of the operation is about 1 hour and a half, 2 hours max. And it's to implement a pacemaker in the pelvic area, where actually there is a neuroprosthesis transmitting signals to the legs that's helping the paraplegic patients to start to feel his legs on the first stage, helping him to do the flex position with the knees, and the last is to help him to stand up with the help of crutches or with the help with specialized person to do a rehabilitation and a training. And we look forward to bring this technology to bring this operation here, to let the people know about it, that it exists.
The RTA has announced that motorists can now choose to purchase subscription for Salik, Dubai's automated road toll system, through the Roads and Transport Authority's Salik portal. The online subscription through www.salik.gov.ae will see the Salik tag delivered to the buyer's doorstep. The Salik tag, which represents an advanced radio frequency identification technology, can also be bought from petrol stations for 100 dirhams, out of which 60 dirhams will be balanced as Salik credit. Salik tags are powered by transceivers in the toll gates and operate without batteries. The transponder on the tag helps store and retrieve data remotely. An individual can purchase multiple Salik tags in his name under a single account, and funds can be transferred from one account to another in case of a single owner. Salik tags can also be purchased by companies, and multiple tags are allowed to be registered under a single commercial account. However, funds cannot be transferred to accounts owned by different owners. Neither will credit once paid be refunded. According to Maitha Obaid bin Uday, CEO of RTA's Traffic and Roads Agency, the service is offered as part of RTA's efforts to make its services more accessible to users. It's also part of Dubai government's Smart City initiative. Passing through a Salik gate without a Salik tag or credit in the account attracts a penalty of 50 dirhams. Salik credit can be topped up through phone banking services, Salik recharge cards, as well as through e-vouchers and SMS. Emirates marked 10 years of operations in Thiruvananthapuram, the capital city of Kerala. Over the last decade, Kerala's capital has emerged as an important passenger and cargo destination for the airline in the region. Since the start of its operations, Emirates carried over 2 million passengers on the route and moved up to 105,000 tons of cargo to and from Thiruvananthapuram. Ahmad Khouri, Emirates Senior Vice-President, Commercial Operations, West Asia and Indian Ocean, was quoted as saying that southern India has always been a key market for Emirates. The airline had healthy seat load factors on the route since launching the service in 2006, demonstrating passengers' demand for Emirates' unique product and service and commitment to the market. Emirates completed 30 years of operations in India in 2015 and has since grown its operations to serve 10 destinations in the country. It is now the third largest international carrier, serving India, operating 10.4% of international capacity in the market. According to a recent study released by the National Council of Applied Economic Research, Emirates operations in India have contributed over $848 million annually to country's GDP, while supporting over 86,000 Indian jobs and generating almost $1.7 billion in foreign exchange earnings. And finally, in the bulletin, after some intense battles between the cricket legends over in Sharjah, the action is set to return to Dubai this weekend for the semi-finals of the Masters Champions League. At a press conference, the captains of the teams announced that their sides are all geared up for the contests ahead and eventually grab hold of the Falcon Trophy. Virender Sehwag's unbeaten Gemini Arabians have topped the table with a total of 10 points and will be taking over Adam Gilchrist's Sagittarius Strikers on Thursday at the Dubai Cricket Stadium. Meanwhile, Leo Lions, led by Scott Styris, will be taking on Graham Smith's Virgo Super Kings for the second semi-final on Friday, setting the tone for some exciting cricketing action ahead. The Masters had returned to the cricketing field towards the end of January with a total of 5 games per side played across Dubai and Sharjah cricket stadiums. After 2 consecutive defeats, Adam Gilchrist has high hopes from the guys to overcome the dominant Gemini Arabians that hold a powerful batting lineup. Meanwhile, Graham Smith's Virgo Super Kings beat Leo Lions by 4 wickets during their previous encounter, and the skipper believes that the Friday contest should yield a positive result.
We lost our last 2. We won we won that third game, so that was all right. Now our losses have been marginal, really, even against the Geminis where they posted 220 odd. We got close, so we haven't been sort of crushed or buried. So all you've got to do is get to the semis in these tournaments. It doesn't matter whether you're 5 wins, no losses, or 2 wins and 3 losses. You just got to get to the semis and you start with a clean slate. So we've achieved that. We've got to the semis, and the boys everyone's fit and ready to go. Nice little break, a few days off in between the last game and the semi-final, so hopefully we're able to do it on the day.
We started the tournament not well. We lost our first game pretty badly and then managed to fight back. We probably had opportunities to be even better than where we're sitting on the log, but I guess everyone just wants to be in the semi-final. You're 2 games away from winning. Leo have got obviously some wonderful players. It was nice to beat them in an exciting way in the round robin stages, but it all changes on Friday when we match up.